Yeah, that's how I feel. You want to know how I feel? Do you want to? That's it. That's how I feel about the whole stupid situation, all this stupid stuff. It's so fucking stupid. So, here's what we're gonna do. I mean, what if I just did that for like an hour? You know what I mean? Look, short stream today, chat. And I almost canceled the stream. To be honest with you, I was this close. I was like, I'm just gonna cancel this fucking stream, dude, because I don't really want to engage in it. Don't really see it being a good time, a good vibe, or a good conversation. So why do it, right? I decided, and I thought, you know, for the people that support me and the people that care and the people that kind of get it and get where I'm at, we'll do a short stream. You know, I'll address some stuff. I'll talk about some stuff. But here's the deal. Here's the real thing. I'm going to keep it super light, probably boilerplate. I'm not really going to get that deep. Not going to, I mean, fuck, we probably will, right? But I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try to just keep the vibe strong. But tonight at 7:30, we're going to crack open the Diamond Lounge. And we're going to get into the Diamond Lounge, man. And I'm going to let it rip. Okay? I'm going to let it rip. So, very surface level today. Very surface level. Not going to try not to engage too much. I will speak on this stuff in the same way that I usually speak about this stuff. But tonight in the Diamond Lounge, we're going to let it rip. I cannot fucking believe how stupid the whole situation is. How stupid so many people are acting. The lack of adults in the room. It's just a really sad, stupid situation. So we'll let it rip tonight in the Diamond Lounge. We're going to get absolutely wild. I will go bananas about a lot of the different things that I actually think about what's happening, who's involved, how people are benefiting, all this crazy stuff. So we'll be doing that. And as far as this stream, as far as the situation right now, we're going to kick it. We'll talk a little bit about Amanda's video. We'll talk a little bit about that whole situation. We'll talk a little bit about the boys. We'll talk a little bit about Blade, and then we'll call it. So that's what we're going to do. Nice, quick stream. Okay? Nice and easy. In and out, baby. And if, dude. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about, like, I just don't believe you. I'm sorry. I don't fucking believe you. What's going on? No, I don't believe you, bro. Like, I don't believe that you clicked on this video, that you're in this community, that you are engaged in Star Wars and Marvel, and you have no idea what's going on. I don't fucking believe you. Okay, so that's first. I don't. Fine. Well, then, you know what? Fine. Then maybe we don't have to talk about it at all. Let's just cancel the stream. We'll just cancel the stream. I'll chill with you guys for like 10 minutes. And then we'll cancel it. And I'll see you guys tonight at 7:30. That's what we'll do. Since nobody knows what's going on anyway, I guess it doesn't really matter that we would do a stream reluctantly talking about all of the issues that's going on. Awesome. That sounds incredible to me. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Why is he mad? I'm mad specifically at you, Jonathan Peters. I'm mad at you for asking that question. I was chilling before you asked that question. Now you've asked that question, and I'm super upset. So it's actually your fault. No, it's not about Theory's lawsuit. I mean, I don't even think there's going to be a lawsuit. I mean, if there is, there's probably something going on that I'm missing. I'm not really closely paying attention to any of that shit. No, I'm talking about what has happened to the Star Wars discourse. I'm talking about Amanda's stupid fucking video. I'm talking about all the stupid discourse around the video, her copyright striking people that are talking about her video, and the fact that Lucasfilm can't be an adult in the room and just step in and right that ship with some level of common sense, some level of awareness of what public relations is. I was always upset and frustrated about Lucasfilm and the way that they handle their operation over there. It's now at a level where it's like beyond anything I imagined it would ever get to. You know, it kind of feels like the strategy from Lucasfilm is to, instead of try to navigate the space or the reality of a divided culture, they would rather just double and triple it down on the division itself. And, you know, when it comes to Amandla herself and the video, I don't blame like a 24-year-old actress for thinking the things that she thinks, feeling the way that she does, and like doing that. I blame the corporation, the publicly traded company, for not stepping in. I mean, it is so crazy to me what happened. It's like on another level of stoking the flames of division and continuing to cause the discourse surrounding the show to be absolutely trash and horrible. So I can't believe it. And I think today there'll be like a whole bunch of people. The other thing about this that is just so stupid is that it will create a pipeline of content and conversations that will eclipse any conversations about like the actual Star Wars or the show, the characters, or anything like that. Like, I saw some videos, and I don't even know why this is happening, but I saw some videos with Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson. And they're out there talking about, I mean, I don't even know. They're just trying to have fun and like talk about those two as a pair, Anakin and Ahsoka, and both of those actors. And Ahsoka season 2, you're probably going to get a lot more Anakin, etc., right? And it feels so weird because it's fun, and it seems like fun marketing, and it's really feel good. And it almost feels like that's happening while Acolyte and all the people involved in Acolyte are setting the ship on fire and pouring gasoline, thinking if we just burn it all down, at least we won't have to deal with the fire anymore. It's crazy. To me. So I think it's fucking ridiculous. I think it's just a continuation of the Ouroboros of stupidity that is Lucasfilm right now. And I just honestly don't really want to be a part of it. And I don't want to be in a position where we just farm that shit and just be like, okay, here it is, and like lick our chops and go all in on, you know, trying to sort of milk the situation and milk the fact that people are so upset, etc. And I guess that's why I didn't even want to stream. You know what I mean? So that's why it's like I'm so fucking angry. I'm so disappointed. I'm so confused. And mostly it's all directed at Lucasfilm. You know what I mean? I kind of can't believe that it's like, you know, gotten to this point. It's really bizarre. It's bizarre to me, man. It's bizarre. And I think, you know, the other thing that's like weird about it, right, is like we've gotten to a place with discourse, and I think this is what's happening with like the right and the left right now, at least for a lot of what I see, is that people are just retreating further to like their camps, and they're getting even more vocal and aggressive towards the other camp. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, it's insane to me to watch Lucasfilm literally take the attitude of, oh, well, what if we just like were like Eric Kripke? What if we just acted like Eric Kripke and we just told half the country to go fuck themselves, and like that's what it was. You know what I mean? And look, the other part of this that's so stupid and why I hate talking about this stupid shit is that people will think, oh, so you like are a Trumper or like you defend all this. It's like, no, like I'm just a person that wants to enjoy content and doesn't want any of that noise surrounding it. I think it's all fucking annoying. So to me, even if you're a person that like agrees with Amanda fundamentally, or you see her point or whatever, if you're out there like celebrating this stuff, this is like a lot of people are doing. They're out there like celebrating this stuff. And I just think that's so foolish, because it's not even like, how do I explain this? It's basically the fact that if you personally feel like being that divisive and that aggressive and that flagrant and stoking flames to that degree is acceptable, you are coming to that conclusion through your moral lens or your lens on the world. It's clearly not good business to create these kind of divisions within a group of people that would support you. And so therefore, I just think it's really stupid. Like it's not about the politics. It's not about the substance of what they're saying. It's really just about how is the entity, the brand, the business conducting itself within what is obviously a very divided time period. And I just think that they're making the worst possible decisions, and they're pushing it in a way that I find to be absurd. I'd love to know, is there some public relations person, is there a person that studies this sort of stuff that could explain to me why this is like a good tactic? I don't think there is. And I'm confused as to why nobody's stepping in to tell Amanda, don't do or say shit like that if you want more jobs. You know? So I find the whole thing to be so goddamn stupid and silly. And I just think that it has ruined the discourse for me personally. You know what I mean? Sajid says, are you going to ignore the Disney VP dude literally saying they refuse to hire white men? What are we supposed to say about the PR? Well, first of all, that's not PR, of course. That's just like behind the scenes stuff. Here's the thing I'll say about the James O'Keefe thing, because this is another level of stupidity. And it's so ironic that like this literally happened in our Discord this morning, okay? Because like I can objectively look at the James O'Keefe thing. And by the way, I think the Critical Drinker actually had the best take that I saw on Twitter. We all already knew this was a thing. I think the difference was, to what degree did people think it was acceptable? To what degree did people think it was the right move? Right? Because I mean, you're playing a semantics game, I think, and we all knew that something like that was happening. And it's like every time I start to try to tell that side, like, oh, you got a point on this one or whatever. Let me just explain. This literally just happened this morning in our Discord, okay? We're talking about, like, the James O'Keefe thing. We're talking about Disney. We're talking about all this sort of stuff. We literally had a guy on our Discord say, somebody said, oh, but that's weird because Bob Iger is white, right? Then they literally, one of our own community members then says, Bob Iger's not white. He's Jewish and he hates white people because of like the Jews hate white people, and that's what it is. And it's like, I saw this happen in real time, and I was just like, I was completely dumbfounded. That's the problem. The problem is like you might have a point, but then you've got like literal anti-Semitic motherfuckers. Like I literally saw it. and you've got those people cheering for that side. It's like the whole thing is regarded as a bad situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing is so fucking stupid. That happened in real time. So, like, yes, is the James O'Keefe thing a little bit shady? Yes. But are there actual anti-Semitic people on, like, that side that are rallying people up? Like, I literally saw it. So it's a real complicated case of a bunch of broken individuals that have fucked up beliefs about what they view as the other side, who they view as the enemy. It's just a practice of trauma. It's just a bunch of, like, trauma and fucked up people doing fucked up things, thinking they're doing the right thing, fighting for whatever. It's so stupid to me. It's not that complicated. Like, what do you mean it's not that complicated? That literally happened. It's not that complicated. Then please explain it to the class simply. Like, explain it to me simply then. I think it is complicated. And I think that it is a lot of stupid people on both sides. And I think that all this discourse is like, dude, it's so stupid and toxic, and I don't know that it actually amounts to much of anything. Right? So, like, with all due respect, I understand a lot of you guys are, like, super bothered by all this stuff and you're super fired up about it. I just don't want to engage with it. And I honestly don't want to engage in your trauma either. You know, like, you're so fired up about it. You're so upset about it one way or the other. I totally get it, dude. God bless you. But it's not my fucking thing, dude. I'm not here to rally you up, make you feel better, or hear about your trauma or anything like that. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. I want to talk about cool, nerdy shit. I want to talk about entertainment. I want to speculate about business. And insofar as those things cross over into some of these other things, which they obviously do, because we live in a very divided time, I'll discuss those things. But that's not what the discourse becomes. The discourse becomes so much more than that. It's so dumb, bro. Bro, do you not remember the racism after Obama was elected? I'll tell you this. I don't really recall. I also don't want to go back to revisit the fucking racism around Obama's election. Who gives a fuck? I certainly don't. Like, I don't, bro. And I love you guys, but I do not want to sit here and engage with those type of questions. And you're like, but this, oh, I got you here. Bro, but what about this? Bro, I don't fucking care. I don't care, bro. So anyway, what would you guys like to talk about? Let me say this. Here's what I'll say to you, okay? You got me for an hour more. Okay? You got me for an hour more. And I'll try to take your shit seriously. I'll try to give you an answer, but I really don't care. And also, I'm going to save most of the fire and most of the things that I'm super pissed about for tonight at 7:30 in the Diamond Lounge, where you have to be a member for 6 months. So I know you probably won't cancel me. I'm going to get a fucking cigar. I'm going to get some liquor. We're going to have some drinks and take some blinkers. And I'll tell the people tonight in the Diamond Lounge, I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you exactly how I feel about all these stupid things. And I'm not saying you're going to agree, but I'll go into it all. We'll go all the way to the Anunnaki and the fucking. We're gonna break it down tonight. But right now, it's a short stream because I don't want to engage with this shit. Okay. Does that sound all right? Or is this unacceptable? And you know what? The other thing is, like, dude, I'm authentically mad. I am authentically mad, and I'm authentically frustrated by the whole stupid situation, because one of the things that, like, the accolade people don't understand is, like, I just literally wish, I'd just be like, Amanda, first of all, cringe as fuck. Just horrible. You gotta have somebody that you can trust that will tell you that is so dumb. Please don't release that. It is super cringe. But also, do you realize how fucked up you're gonna make my Friday stream now? Like, Amanda, you've ruined my Friday stream. Because now I'm gonna come in and I'm so fucking pissed about the whole stupid situation. God damn it. God damn it. Do you not see that Disney is the reason for all of this discourse? Okay, so I definitely acknowledge that the responsible entity, like if we had to point a finger at who should be responsible for the fact that the discourse has gotten to this point, it's absolutely Disney. 100%. But that still doesn't mean that everybody that's mad has a worldview that I agree with, makes sense, and is somebody that I want to listen to. And it also doesn't mean that I want to engage in that conversation further. Right? Like I've been saying for a long time, it's absolutely Lucasfilm's fault. They created this culture and they've sort of cultivated this attitude. And I think it's just like super antagonistic to the fans. For sure, dude. But it's like, yo, this shit is wild. And I'm just not here for the discourse. I'm not here for like just how traumatic and like how triggered and how emotional, butthurt people are. Yeah, I'd rather just not, man. I like to keep my spirit a little bit more pure. You know what I mean? Like I feel like J. Cole, and I didn't even do a rap track in this beef. I just want out. Either way, where is the exit door? Because I'd rather not talk about that shit. Now, maybe this is what we should do. Maybe we should talk about the Blade shit. Then we can talk about the boy shit. Then I can catch up on chats, and you guys can all complain about Amanda or yell about this, that, second, and the third. Maybe we could just do that then. Sound good? Sound good? Now, this Blade situation is actually kind of interesting. Let me get this pulled up over here. Let me get this pulled up properly. Man, I told myself before stream, I was like, we're going to try to have good vibes. We're going to try to do good vibes. I'll do a quick stream, mostly just there for the community, and then we'll get out of there. And I already broke the rules. I already got mad. Okay. Let's talk about this Blade situation. I have not read this article, guys, but from what I understand, this article outlines some of the things that are going on with Blade, and it actually updates us in some kind of interesting ways. I saw a lot of people talking about this, so I want to talk about it. Wait, what? Where's my chat? You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it like this. Okay, so this was released yesterday. Why Blade can't cut through development hell. Hampered by strikes and a changing studio strategy. Marvel's Mahershala Ali starring. That's an interesting part of a sentence. Vampire thriller is a case study in stops and starts. Marvel Studios keeps trying to unsheath Blade, but the vampire thriller is stuck in its scabbard. The latest setback occurred in recent weeks when the feature lost director Jan Demange, a second helmer, to exit the project. Some sources say both sides grew frustrated by Blade's prolonged development process. I mean, yeah, that seems obvious. Star Mahershala Ali is said to, or rather, is also said to be increasingly frustrated. Ali, who has been attached to the project since 2019, handpicked Dimaj after the project lost director Basim Tariq in September 2022. At the time, Blade was in pre-production and about 2 months from principal photography, but Marvel came to believe that Tariq was not the best fit for the project, according to sources. Marvel then presented Ali with a list of directors for consideration. That is wild to me, dude. We've talked a lot about, like, why is Mahershala Ali still riding with Marvel Studios? This is probably part of the why, man. This is probably part of the why. They literally sat down. Can you imagine sitting down with the actor with the list of directors? That's crazy. And then Ali conducted his own search after having concerns that the list largely featured filmmakers who were untested at the big studio level. How does he know that and Marvel doesn't? I don't get it. Ali has at times exercised an inordinate amount of influence over the project in a way few other actors have on Marvel movies. Part of it stems from Blade's inception, which began when Ali called the studio after winning the Oscar for his work on the Green Book and said he wanted to do Blade. Ali envisioned Blade as his Black Panther, according to sources. Okay. Dimaj's Blade was batting its wings. Dude, if I get another vampire metaphor in this article, I don't know. That might trigger me more than Amanda Lives video. I'm going to be real. Okay. Dimaj Blade was batting its wings towards a shoot starting in May 2023 and hired yet another writer, True Detective creator Nick Pizzolatto. Also an Ali pick. Bro, wow. He has crazy control on this thing. To bring the script over to the finish line, but it was all for naught. As the writer's strike, then the actor's strike, shut the movie down. People have missed about 3 windows to shoot other movies or shows. An agent notes. That is pretty wild. But unlike several other Marvel projects that were shut down and then restarted, including Deadpool and Wolverine and Thunderbolts, Blade instead let most of its actors go. Delroy Lindo and Aaron Pierce among them, and went through more writers. Marvel hired Michael Green in November, and right after Dimaj left, go-to Marvel writer Eric Pearson, we've talked about this before already, who has pleased the studio with recent work on Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. Yeah, it seems like this Eric Pearson guy is kind of like a fixer, where he's punching up a lot of stuff, and he seems to be working well within the system, so that's why they want to keep going with him. It's been such a long road of memes of an aged Ali at the far in the future premiere of Blade took over social media after the latest Helmer parted ways. Even Wesley Snipes, who played the vampire hunter in a trio of movies released by New Line, weighed in. Blade, lordy, 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 Snipes sniped on X. Ali's attorney, Shelby Weiser, told THR in a recent interview that the deal was in 2019, and they still haven't shot it, which is pretty much the craziest thing in my professional experience. On top of last year's strikes, Blade was a victim of the pandemic delays and Disney's full steam ahead pivot to streaming, which forced Marvel to overproduce and overdevelop its slate. There wasn't enough attention paid to it, one insider says. It really was a casualty of the too much era. You know, I kind of like that too much era. That definitely was something that happened at Marvel. Okay. That could explain why Blade kept on shifting storylines and time periods. The version that was aiming to shoot last year was set in the 1920s, according to sources. This featured Mia Goth as a vampire villain named Lilith, who wanted the blood of Blade's daughter. Goth remains attached to star in the project. For another iteration under Tariq, Marvel built a massive train set, but it was never used. It may be passed on to a different Disney production. The new take on Blade is said to be present day. Okay, so they built like a train probably in the 1920s. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see what's up with that. So it's kind of crazy. They say that Mia Goth is still involved. She's likely still playing Lilith. But we did hear from some insiders that they're bringing in a male as the new villain, or maybe just one of the antagonists. So we'll see how that shakes out. It's kind of interesting. It is unclear how many millions Marvel has spent on Blade, counting the development and pre-production costs, but it's not stopping now. Marvel has learned in recent years that it does not pay to be rushed into production, and the studio prides itself on having a high development to production ratio, something that eludes most other companies. The new plan calls for the script to be written over the summer and then go out to directors. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. And again, I think if some of the other stories are true, and if Michael Green is really just going over and working on Midnight Suns right now, then it's likely the case that Eric Pearson is just doing punch-ups, touching up the script a bit, and getting it ready, and then they're going to go after directors. Marvel chief Kevin Feige holds a special place for Blade, considering the Snipes 1998 movie an eye-opener for him, and one of the inspirations for focusing on B-list characters in the early days of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really don't like that, but whatever. He says, as he remarked in 2017, a character nobody had heard of at all, had only appeared in a few issues of Tomb of Dracula or something, turned into a big franchise. That was always a great lesson for me. Where you go, it doesn't matter how well known the character is. It matters how cool the movie is. I just don't even know if I agree with that, dude. But interesting nonetheless. Okay, so then they talk about all the different scribes. So basically, I don't really think there's too much new information in here. I mean, I suppose the resounding thing that keeps coming up in this article is how much control Mahershala Ali has had on this project from like a long time ago. And I guess I wonder, right, is part of the production woes technically his fault? If he stepped in and had a major influence on how the pre-production went, then maybe the reason he's still riding with them is because he feels at least some responsibility for maybe the later delays. You know what I mean? So that is kind of interesting because I've kind of heard it floated out there that Ali could actually be maybe one of the problems with the movie and the production. I'm also really interested in this. He envisioned Blade as his Black Panther. That's pretty interesting. What do you think of that? Like, what do you think he means? Blade is his Black Panther. Okay. I don't understand it. I don't fully get it. But all right. But all right. Black icon status? Yeah, but like Blade, like here's the thing. Like that just feels weird. I don't get it because Black Panther, the reason it's Black Panther is because it's about the Black Panther character and it exists in Wakanda. There is no like black vampire Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? Like Blade's awesome. He's black. He's cool and he kills a lot of vampires. But I don't, yeah. Maybe he just means like, also like who, oh man, I don't want to go too hard on the bro, but like, come on, man. Who would say something like that? This is my Black Panther. What is, like who, like think about that for a second. Who would even say that? Whose Black Panther was the first movie? I don't get it. I mean, I understand that he might want to take a lot of ownership of it, and he might want it to be this very culturally significant thing. I just think that's like a weird way to say that. You're taking it too literal? Well, tell me how it works figuratively then. I still don't get it figuratively. Black representation. Okay. I mean, Blade is black. You know, I'm with you there. I guess somebody needs to explain it to me like I'm 5. He wants it to be a hit. That makes sense. That would make sense to me. Yeah, I mean, but, you know, why not say he wants it to be a hit? I just don't understand the Black Panther comparison. I mean, obviously Black Panther was a big hit. I just don't get it. He just wants to be a hit. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, like, I want it to be a hit as well. I don't know that I expected Blade to be as big as Black Panther. I guess those other movies were pretty significant, though, right? Like, those were huge movies. You know what I mean? Like, those were very, very significant box office returns for the time. And I do think they sort of shepherd in, because Blade technically comes out before the X-Men, I believe, right? Yeah. How can 900 people get it, but you don't? Oh, dude, you just underestimate the thickness, the absolute girthiness, the fatness of my skull. His Blade movie should be the next Oppenheimer. Yeah, that makes the same level of sense to me. You know what I mean? I think he's saying he wants the community to get behind it like we did for Black Panther. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. I think that could be fair. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, look, it's interesting nonetheless, right? Like, you know, guys, let's not get hung up on the one thing he said about Black Panther. Like, you guys are crazy. But I think maybe the main point is this dude is super invested. Like, and he did kind of use his Oscar cachet to get this gig and to sit in this position. It's just sad that it's gone through the turmoil that it has, and partially maybe because of that influence he wanted to put on it, right? You said it. He's the one. He is the one. So he definitely wants it to be big. Like, I just want to see Blade fuck up a bunch of vampires and be cool. I mean, dude, one of the things that Wesley Snipes did with Blade was he just made him so fucking cool, dude. Like, Blade was just such a badass, like super swagged, like just really fucking cool, man. Like some of the one-liners he said and stuff like that. It's really, really interesting. But I don't know if I can't draw the comparison to Black Panther. You know, it just feels like a totally different thing to me, but whatever. Nonetheless, a little bit of updates for you guys about Blade, and certainly revealing just how much control Mahershala has. This is likely why he's still sticking around. I think he's getting Blade. I think he's going to get Midnight Suns as well. I think he's sort of been promised like more and more as it's gotten worse and worse. So, interesting. Interesting nonetheless. Okay. Let's shift a little bit. We'll talk about The Boys. Then we can argue more about Star Wars and the culture war. Can't wait. Okay. So I saw something really interesting pop up yesterday, and I'd love to get your take on it, chap. Apparently, The Boys Season 4, its premiere, it was 21% increased as compared to Season 3. That is about the level of drop-off that House of the Dragon had. And so when this happened with House of the Dragon, we kind of went over it. We speculated about what could be the cause of this. It's really interesting to get your guys' perspective. I like to kind of speculate about it myself. This one is interesting to me, though. I don't quite know what would be the cause of this, because I think this show had a lot of the same kind of potential problems that House of the Dragon had. Unless I'm mistaken, wasn't Season 3 2 years ago? That's the first thing I need chat to fact check me on. I'm pretty sure the last season of The Boys, Season 3, was 2 years ago. Right? House of the Dragon fans win to The Boys? Yeah, I don't know about that. Also, they had a spin-off show, which I think was considered to be successful. It wasn't like a smash hit, but it was considered to be successful. Right. So the spinoff may have helped fans continue to be engaged in The Boys. You know what I mean? That's kind of interesting. So maybe that's a little bit of a part of it. No, Aaliyah, you don't have to upgrade to Prime. You just have to hit me up on the Discord. We'll get you in there. So that's kind of interesting, right? Yeah, you know what the other thing that I really think it is, man? I think it has to do with the streaming service. I think Prime, even though, like, it's maybe not the best service, I think Prime has done a great job of being considered a value to other people. And Max, or, you know, HBO, which became Max, I don't think has been able to do that as much. I mean, the amount of people that have Prime is incredible, right? So people just have, so many more people have access to Prime Video. Max, I think, has priced some people out. I think it's upset some people. I think it's maybe even to the point where a lot of people will wait until all of House of the Dragon is done and then pay for 1 month and binge the whole thing. Like, things are that tight where I think that could be a consideration for some people. So maybe it's a little bit because of the spinoff, keeping it fresh. Maybe it's a little bit because the streaming service itself just works. I also think The Boys, because we're going to talk about episode 4 in just a little bit too, because I thought it was cool, but I'm not even loving this season per se. I'm enjoying it, but I wouldn't say I'm loving it. I think The Boys kind of knows that it's irreverent content is a big part of the draw, and therefore I think the marketing for The Boys has actually been a lot more on point because they know exactly what to do to get people interested. Like last night and all day yesterday, I kept seeing the shot of Homelander with all the blood all over his face. Saw it all over the place. And everybody was talking about it, and they're like, oh my God, when people see this. And it did make me really want to watch the episode. Like, I was like, dude, like, I really want to watch the episode. And then the lead up to it, even the promotion of it going into its first week, I felt was better than House of the Dragon. And obviously, it's more successful than House of the Dragon because you have the increase in the viewership there. So it's just kind of wild. And another thing we got to bring up, of course, is, Eric Kripke in the lead up to this season, and especially like over the past couple of weeks, he's been super aggressively like anti-Trump and, kind of attacking fans that call the show woke and everything, getting into the dirt a little bit, kind of like what they do with The Accolade, which I think is not a great plan, right? But so far, it does not appear to have affected the viewership for the show. And that's important to bring up because sometimes what we think will happen doesn't happen. And we have all these explanations for why. Like a lot of you guys would maybe say, oh, well, as soon as that happened or as soon as you started saying that, you're going to see a decline in the show. You're going to see a decline in viewership. You're going to see review bombing start to happen, which I think the review bombing actually has started to happen, right? I just think this is an interesting case study. I'll be watching to see if any of the rhetoric that Kripke has had does affect the show beyond, YouTube clickbait and people review bombing the show. Like, will the views actually go down? Will you see a decrease in it? I'm not really sure. It's a little bit odd to me that it was increased to that level. So, yeah, I don't really know. It's a fascinating, either way, I truly think it's a fascinating example, especially when you consider that I think House of the Dragon is better. I think House of the Dragon was bigger. So maybe that's part of it too, right? Like it was so big that drop off might have been inevitable, a little bit like massive Marvel movies that have these monumental opening weekends. Their drops can be 60 and 70% just because of the sheer volume that was the opening. So, it's probably just like with House of the Dragon, several different things are going on, but nonetheless, it's really interesting. So those are my thoughts on it. I would love to know your thoughts, chat. What do you think is going on with The Boys? And then I'll talk about this episode because I didn't really even like it that much. My feelings on The Boys are mixed, man. My feelings on The Boys are mixed. Certain aspects of it working really well for me. Other things I find to be horrible. Like, there's a lot of 4 episodes versus 1 episode of House of the Dragon. Yeah, but the important comparison here is season 3 of The Boys versus season 4 of The Boys. Season 3 of The Boys started with 3 episodes. So it's very similar. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So that's the comparison. It's like, oh shit. So with those things being the same, you saw a 22% increase in views. That's interesting. What do you think's going on? The Boys pulled no punches, and the show has a defined end date. Everyone is invested. That's a fair point. That's actually a fair point. Did Josh talk about the Acolyte lead actress music video? Oh, Elijah. Yeah, we talked all about it, dude. I loved it. I thought the moves were sick. I thought the beat was dope. The flow's incredible. You know, she's pretty much the next Kendrick. I disagree with the political stuff, but it's been like that since season 1. I've always gotten used to it since both sides. Yeah. So maybe that's a little bit of it. It's like the show doesn't necessarily feel like it's taking a turn, although I argue it is. But maybe it softens the blow by sort of always been engaged in that kind of thing. Yeah, I thought that shit was sick, dude. He loves how everyone is reacting to it. Oh, dude, no, that's by design. I mean, when she did that, she knew exactly what she was doing. And everybody's making videos about it. She's copywriting them. And I just think that's so brilliant. Like, what a way to show that you're one of the fans, but by using a broken copyright system to hurt other fans that are engaged in making content about it. I just think it's so brilliant. Like, honestly, the level of IQ that has to be operating over there, oh my God, bro. It's just brilliant. They're going to rewrite PR after this. Like, this will be a moment that business classes talk about. This is crazy. Can we watch the video? Hell no. Hell no. I will tell you this. The only way I'm going to watch that video and listen to that song, and I'm telling you this, dead ass. Dead ass. The only way I'm doing it is if Paul from Heavy Spoilers gets in a Speedo and recreates all of the movements and the gyrations, and somebody makes an edit of that. That's I'll watch it then. Fuck it, man. If Paul, I'll tell you this. Real talk, Paul, if you're watching this, or if this makes its way to you, I'll tell you this. I'll do this too. If you do that, I'll fucking pop my top off and I'll start gyrating as we react to your video. You're a weird guy, Josh. You know what? Thanks, man. That's honestly maybe one of the most honest things that anybody in chat has said to me so far today, Gag the Hag. So I really appreciate the sincerity there, Gag. Paul has left the chat. Oh, yeah, no, probably. Yeah. No, that shit would be hot, though, huh? Please don't. Oh. Wait, is this one of those things where, like... And this doesn't happen often. Am I just like a little bit... Am I misreading the room here? Am I a little bit off? Should I not be doing this? Paul might consider it depending on compensation. Well, here's what I would tell Paul. Okay? Paul, think about it this way. We could do that. We could cut the video. And then everybody that reacts to it, we could copyright strike them and steal the revenue from the video, dude. Bro. Let's get this bread. Jesus Christ. Okay, so nobody has any theories about why The Boys is performing better? We just found our way back to fucking Amandala? How'd you come up with that? Aw, bro. All on my own. You know what I mean? I saw that somebody had this idea. I said, that's a nice idea. I'll fucking take it. And now it's my idea. Read my super chat. I'm gonna read the super chats. Relax. God, have you guys noticed I'm a little irritable today? Throw one into the chat if you've noticed I'm a little irritable today. And also, should I have just canceled the stream? Like, real talk. Because I was like, nah, I won't cancel the stream. I'll get in here. I'll hang out with chat. We'll try to have some fun with it. I should have just canceled this stream. I should have just chilled. I should have just taken my afternoon, made some videos, worked on comics, planned. Josh, Space Marines. Okay. End it. I know, right? Okay. Let's do a total AD. Jesus Christ, bun sauce. Let's do a total ADD shift, okay? Let's talk about something happy and good before I then talk about episode 4 of The Boys, okay? Just save your energy for tonight. Oh, bro, I'm going off tonight. I'm going off tonight on the whole thing. Are we sure that RFK's brainworm didn't eat everybody else's on the planet's brain as well? Because it really feels like we took thousands of IQ points and shipped them off world or something. Like this, I don't know what's happening, bro. I need a vacation, and then I need to go eat at Applebee's alone while the family's at the resort. Like, that's how I'm feeling. I need a vacation, and then I need a vacation within a vacation. I just need to fucking sit there for a little bit and just have a few margaritas. Like, my fucking God, bro. My God. Okay, anyway. Let's talk about something nice and good and happy. I like Warhammer again. Let's go! Let's go, baby! I like Warhammer again. Now, for those of you that don't know, I, in the last couple of years, got into Warhammer, and it has legitimately been something that has brought me so much joy. As Lucasfilm and Kathleen Kennedy have continued to do whatever the fuck they're doing. And as Marvel has fumbled too. I mean, let's be real. X-Men 97 was great, but these last couple of years are such a fumble, man. I'm all over the fucking place today, but I'll tell you this. The last time I was at my buddy's house in Pittsburgh and we were playing Warhammer, he said this thing to me that just really, like, kind of shocked me. You know, we were talking about, like, Marvel and Star Wars and, like, you know, our jobs and stuff. And he's like, bro, like, can you imagine going back to yourself, younger you, during Endgame? And can you imagine telling yourself what would be happening in Star Wars and Marvel now? And I thought about it. I, like, sat there for a second, and I was like, God damn it. Like, it's really, really bad. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is while all of that's going down, I happened to get into Warhammer 40,000, and it was awesome, dude. And I love Warhammer. I've been having a really good time. Got 2 armies, played a bunch with my friends. I love the lore. I love it. But many of you also know that over the past 6 months, I've become quite frustrated with Warhammer. And is it because of female custodies? No, not really, although that is irritating as well. It's because of the rules, man. They fucked up both of my armies. So I'm a Dark Angels player and I'm a Custodes player, okay? And they had these codexes coming out, which are supposed to be these awesome things where you get really fucking excited and you have new rules, you got new ways to play, and you're very excited. They literally made both of my armies shittier. And I couldn't fucking believe it. And I was so mad that I canceled my Warhammer Plus subscription. I didn't buy any of the new codex. I haven't made a Warhammer purchase, anything, in 6+ months. And yesterday, completely randomly, out of nowhere, Warhammer had a massive rules update. Like, I'm talking about a massive overhaul. And they fixed both of my armies. So I'm so excited. This Saturday, I'm going to play with my buddy. I'm back into Warhammer. I'm so happy. It's okay. They haven't put any animations in the last 6 months either. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's likely the case, too. Yeah. So I'm happy about that, and that was cool. And I was enjoying my day until I saw the Amandala video and all that. Warhammer Explained back. I don't know if Warhammer Explained is coming back. I don't know if that's coming back, but I have been kicking around the idea of making a video essay channel, a different channel where I would do video essays. I kind of like video essays, you know, like covering the news and like talking about the news is cool. Things are slow right now for like Marvel and Star Wars unless you want to go full on just, you know, farming Lucasfilm, which like honestly, like, look, I don't even blame people for doing that because Lucasfilm fucked it all up so badly that like the only way you can actually do that is to farm their fumbles. So I don't even blame people. It's just that I don't want to do that. I'm not engaged in that. You know what I mean? Thought sauce? No. This would be actually just about really interesting things or characters from fiction. So, like, the first video I was thinking about was going to be about Doctor Doom and how he is a flawed God Emperor. And I wanted to kind of compare, like, Doctor Doom to the God Emperor of Dune, the God Emperor of Warhammer. Talk about like the evolution of the character and how you know, when Stan Lee first envisioned him, the things that he was thinking about, how other authors took him in a different direction, and kind of like how Doom is written nowadays, mostly in comics and stuff. Something like that, you know what I mean? I thought you were stopping videos on the main channel. Yeah, I thought so too, Stevie. I thought so too. But no, we're back, man. We're back to making videos on the main channel. We're still trying to like figure that out. Yeah, I quit. And then I came back. We kind of do that here. What you mean? What you mean by that? Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about episode 4 of The Boys. Y'all love that episode, man? Because there's a lot of stuff in that episode that just doesn't work for me. Like, the Homelander stuff is great. And I loved him visiting the old facility. It was really twisted. It was very Homelander. You know, like, look, somebody check me. Is that shit in the, you left the room for the lobotomy? Yeah, it's kind of tough, huh? Is that shit in the comics where he's like making the dude jerk off and stuff like that? Because I got to tell you, like, I feel like Eric Kripke needs a psychological evaluation. You know what I mean? That's fucking weird. But anyway, the thing that was really cool about the Homelander stuff was realizing how they control Homelander. There's a lot of gross stuff in the comics. Oh, I know there's a lot of gross stuff in the comics. There's stuff that's even more fucked up in the comics. For sure. Like what they did to that young kid, and that was in maybe season 2 or 3. Yeah, trust me, I know. But I'm just saying, like, if that shit's not in the comics, and Eric Kripke's like, oh, I would like to... Jesus Christ, dude. It's just weird. Anyway, I love how they built in his psychological need for approval and love. That was really interesting, dude. Like, basically, she explains that they had the best psychologists around the world. I wish they would have shown him as a baby, like, in that room, like, fucking everybody up, because that was kind of crazy, and that is in the comics. The way they had all these psychologists come in there and basically program him from a very early age so that he needs approval and love, that's pretty interesting. I was like, that's cool. That's cool. I like that. The last clip on your mic stand is driving you bonkers. Oh, this one? Sorry, bud. There you go, buddy. See? I'm a nice guy over here. I'll help you out a little bit, chat. You know, Soj King, you should be all right now. So, yeah, I thought that shit was cool. I really liked what's going on with Huey and his dad and Butcher, which, by the way, I don't think his mom is real. And Elisa and I were arguing about this last night because she thinks, she was like, oh, that proves that he's real. Because she, like, does some stuff. And I'm like, nah, I've seen Fight Club. Like, that could just be him. Like, he could be pretending to be his mom as he does things. You know what I mean? So I don't think the mom is real. Right? And I do think the mom, or maybe Huey, gave the dad Compound V. Like, that's what I think is going on, for sure. So all that stuff's cool. I continue to really like what they're doing with A-Train. I like what they did with Ashley and A-Train. That was kind of fun. The Sage stuff with the Deep, really interesting, really fun. I like that. But I will say the Frenchie stuff, I find to be so stupid. It's so dumb. I don't care. It doesn't feel real. It just feels like we have to give Frenchie something super fucked up and super crazy to deal with this season. And it just feels super forced. Same thing with Starlight. Like, the whole Starlight thing, and then, like, the chick's has a relationship with a 15-year-old, but then, like, says Jesus forgave her and all that stuff. I was like, that's so stupid. That feels so stupid, so forced. And then Starlight, like, takes the bait and beats the shit out of her on live TV. I'm like, oh, my God. So stupid, so forced. So it's weird because, like, half the show is just not working for me at all. I'm like, dude, that is so... I really think it's stupid. Like, the Frenchie stuff, so stupid. Starlight stuff, so stupid. Firecracker stuff, so stupid. It's all so stupid and forced. But the Homelander shit is nice. The stuff with Butcher's really interesting. Like, what is going on with Butcher, dude? Because it feels like that parasite took control of him, maybe? Like, the parasite either came out of his head and ripped that dude apart, or the parasite took control and gave him all the power and then ripped him apart. Like, that's crazy. So I'm interested in that. It almost feels like the visions he's having are the actual parasite that's, like, talking to him. That's pretty cool. So there's, like, a lot of interesting stuff. Like, there's stuff that's still keeping me engaged, stuff that I still like about the show. But literally about half of the episode just didn't work for me at all. Symbiote? Maybe. Something like that, yeah. Blood power? Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, huh? But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with the show. It's like I'm still going to keep watching. I do like that it's like getting to a specific ending. I've been thinking about, because the comics are so different, right? And in the comics, basically, guys, the big plan to take control of Homelander was always Black Noir. And in the comics, Black Noir was a clone of Homelander. And so it gets to this point in the comics where Homelander snaps, takes over the White House, and has, like, this whole big group of soups, and it's, like, taking over the world. And the big reveal is that they made an even more powerful version of Homelander. That's Black Noir, and then he kills Homelander, and then the boys track down Black Noir. So that's obviously not what's going to happen in the show. So I'm really interested in what they're going to do with the show. Like, I think they're going to just build towards Butcher versus Homelander. And, like, something like that is going to be the way that it all goes down. So that's what I think is happening. But it is fascinating to see, like, what they're building up. Because I think the next season, I don't even think the Boys' main show will end in season 5. But I think they'll try to continue on the spinoffs. Maybe even have another spinoff after that. But they obviously have to have some kind of an ending for, like, Vought, Homelander, the Seven, the Boys, that whole group of characters. So, yeah, it's good stuff. They're doing decent over there. You know what I mean? I don't love the way that Kripke is talking. I don't love the way that they're, like, addressing it, because I just think it just creates, like, horrible discourse for, like, zero reason. But other than that, like, I got to give the Boys a lot of credit. Even though everything's not working for me, it's crazy to see them succeed and continue to just kind of, like, the numbers are going up. People are enjoying it. So, you know, I'm still enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. How's it going, Josh? It's all right, Frank. I'm doing all right over here. Joe Dog on Twitch says Ryan Airy has good coverage on the Butcher part. What does he think what does he think's going on? Just tell me real quick. Hey, yo, do you think Sister Sage is playing Homelander so Ryan would be viewed as a savior chosen one? Could explain why she's letting A-Train snitch. Huh. It's hard to know what her motivation is, really. I don't think she's just trying to help Homelander. But I don't know that I could actually say what her true motivations are. She's a really interesting character for sure. I'm enjoying her a lot. I think the lobotomy thing is so weird. It was so crazy how they, like, sexualized it too. Super weird. But some of it works for me, some of it doesn't, you know. He thinks it's the same thing from the Diabolical Animated Boys show. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I remember watching that, but I don't really recall exactly what he's talking about there. Yeah, no. John says, love y'all. Kendrick pop-out show 2 nights ago was fire. Oh, yeah? Were you there? Okay, let's catch up on the chats, and we'll talk about everything y'all want to talk about. I'm only going to go like 20 more minutes, and then we're out of here. Short stream. Rob says, like, at this point, can we say Disney destroyed Star Wars? Like, lesbians using the thread to create a baby is just a little beyond ridiculous. Yes. Rod says, just got some breakfast, taking a few blinkers to get ready to get a little toxic. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I am never toxic, and we're always super level-headed here. Appreciate the support. Christopher says, with a 10 spot, the fact that our entire timelines are full of Star Wars arguments, good and bad takes, kind of shows the franchise isn't dead. People don't argue over irrelevant things. That is kind of an interesting point. Part of me wants to believe that, man. Like, people just, like, the reason it's so toxic, the reason it's so bad is because people care that much, right? And Acolyte is such a weird show because I think they're designing the show for hate watching, you know? And I saw this thing somebody brought up. I tweeted about it. I thought it was a really good take. I think getting super upset about Ki-Adi-Mundi is silly. But I also think the show itself did Ki-Adi-Mundi on purpose because they knew it would frustrate fans. And I think that is way stupider than fans being upset about Ki-Adi-Mundi. It feels like this show is literally trying to create this kind of conversation, to create this buzz, to get a bunch of hate watching. And I don't fucking like it. You know? I don't fucking like it. Like, is this just what Star Wars is going to be now? Where we just have the most flagrant shit, and we have the whole cast and crew egging on, stirring the pot. Like, can you imagine? Do you think that's what Kathy wants? My God. Rossi says, let's just turn this shit into the diamond now. 13 months, my guy. Nerd Avengers for life. What's wrong? What's the accolade? Where's the discourse in the Star Wars? Much love. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about it tonight. Zach, thanks for gifting a membership. Appreciate you. Benjamin says, have a good Friday. Watching the stream from Tippamy. Oh, okay. Nice, man. Appreciate you. Benjamin Reese says, Gina gets canceled, but not this bitch. Crazy times we live in. Yeah. No, it is. It is crazy. You're not wrong. Philip Hatch says, Josh, how did our beloved Star Wars get caught in the culture war crossfire? I think it's Disney's fault. You know what I mean? And I was we've talked about this in streams and stuff. You know, I got kind of dragged into a conversation yesterday with E-Man from E-Man's movie reviews. I was also like playing video games, so I was like trying to answer him while I was playing video games. Because I think there are people out there like E-Man, and I like E-Man. I respect E-Man. And maybe people like maybe Brandon Davis, some of these other people, maybe Ryan Airy, you know. I think there's a bunch of guys out there, and ladies too, that perceive the Star Wars fandom without really knowing the full history of like what was going on. If you were a very casual Star Wars fan around the time of the sequel trilogy and like leading into it and everything like that, you probably have no idea just how many times Lucasfilm specifically either did something or didn't correct something, which led to more division, more frustration, the formation of these anti-groups. And it's kind of like a death by 1,000 cuts and this just out of touch dogpiling social media thing that led to where things are right now. And I don't even know, like, here's the other thing that's really weird about it, right? Is like, I don't even know if Amanda knows about any of that shit. I have no idea the degree to which she's a Star Wars fan, the degree to which she was involved in the Star Wars fandom and stuff like that. But like to make the video like that, like, and it's such, and this is why I hate having this conversation. I hate talking about this stuff because people just perceive it through their own lenses and they're just like, my side good, that side bad. Not everybody. There's a lot of you guys that understand the nuance, that understand what I'm getting at, okay? But it's like frustrating for me because like I thought when so do you guys remember when Obi-Wan Kenobi came out and said there's a bunch of fans that are being racist towards Moses Ingram? And like, that's bad, right? If that's really what was going on, and a bunch of fans were legitimately being racist towards her, which, by the way, of course there were fans being racist towards her, that, you know, I just would argue that's not actually what was going on. There was a small group of fans that were being racist. There were a large group of fans that were frustrated that her being in the show seemed to be because of checking boxes, because of representation, that a show that was supposed to be about Kenobi and Vader ended up having this other character inserted for optics, right? That's actually a different thing. And my frustration has been that when you say something like that, when Ewan McGregor comes out and says that, those two things get conflated. Do you guys know what the word conflated means? So basically, like, if I were running the public relations on that situation, and this is so crazy because some of you guys, like, and I'll tell you, like, I don't really know how these people, would react. But my gut, my intuition says a person like E-Man, a person like Brandon Davis, a person like Ryan Airy would say that conflation doesn't happen. And they would probably be shocked that I would say, yeah, I don't think Ewan should have said that because he's actually making it worse. And you might say, like, whoa, that doesn't make it, like, what are you talking about? Like, he's just saying racism bad and the race. No, what he's doing is he's adding to the narrative, legitimizing that conflation. Does anybody, like, and again, I probably just lost like 70% of you, but the 30% that are still holding on, that is why it's bad. Okay? Now, I am not the type of person that's going to get out there and be like, dude, Ewan McGregor, like, you really fucked up. Because I don't think he fucked up. I think he just thought he was doing the right thing. But it's still an end result negative for the brand. Yeah, and I know, like, again, it's just very hard for some of you guys to understand what I'm saying. But understand that what Amandla did is 17 million times worse than what Ewan did. 17 million times worse. So, like, that is where my frustration comes from. And then the weirdest part is, like, the people that can't understand what I'm saying, they will conflate again to make my opinion basically conflated with the small group of actual bigots and racists. That is probably the most clear way that I can explain it and define it. The problem is, when people are talking about these things online, they're actually not trying to be honest. They're trying to win the internet Thunderdome game. And when you're trying to win the internet Thunderdome game, nuance is poison. We don't want people to have nuance or to be able to explain these things thoroughly. We'd rather just conflate it all to bad. Because if I can get the stink of bad to waft onto your opinion, I delegitimize your opinion in the internet Thunderdome game. And again, like, dude, it is so hard to explain this to people because I don't think people really want to hear it. And they're also trying to play the internet Thunderdome game in chat right now. Like, not everybody, but that's like what it is. Like, people don't really want to engage honestly in these discussions. They just want to do internet Thunderdome. So it leaves me in an awkward spot where I feel very passionately about my perspective. I think it's an informed perspective. I can articulate it, but people don't want to fucking hear it. So the whole thing becomes an exercise in futility. Right? Don't pity party yourself, Josh. I mean, does it seem like that's what it is? I'm just trying to authentically talk about how frustrating the situation is. And I think it's actually fair. Like, I think it's fair to be frustrated by the situation, given the perspective that I have, and given the status of the conversation online. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Orange Grove says, every other studio at Disney is turning around. Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm are the only studio that is stuck in stupid. It really does feel that way. It really does. VM, welcome to the Nerd Avengers, baby. Appreciate you. Moose says, there's no way Disney's not money laundering. I mean, I don't know about that, but all right. Rossi says, Disney's not hiring white men. Did you know the sky is blue? Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about that whole situation a little bit earlier. Do I think it's real? Yeah. Do I think it's unique to Disney? No. I think Disney has gotten uniquely stuck defending stupid decisions, partially because of some stuff that JPIC said, getting involved in the political arena. Yeah, Disney's kind of made this bed for themselves, and now they're trying to navigate it, right? I don't know. Maybe this whole thing and all the chaos and all the uproar and everything, maybe it'll bring some change. But I'll tell you what it'll for sure bring is a lot of anger and therefore angry clicks and views. And unfortunately, I feel like I can't beat the drum for that march because I think a lot of the people that are leading that march are disingenuously presenting what it is and benefiting from the outrage. So I personally just can't get down. It's like, you want me to say, do I think it's real? Yeah, I think James O'Keefe is actually a real deal. I mean, I think that the left was celebrating James O'Keefe even just a couple of years ago when he was doing certain things, trying to get truth out of Trump. And I think James O'Keefe is the real deal. I think that shit's probably real. And I hope that maybe if it's as bad as it's presented, it changes. But I'm also not interested in engaging in, like, beating that drum and continuing to, like, use your anger and frustration to benefit me and my views. And that's just a personal choice. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's, I don't really want to do that. It's not what I got into entertainment to do. I got into entertainment to, you know, joke and have fun and nerd out about nerdy shit. So, I mean, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. Vinny says, wasn't saying that to you, Josh. Sorry. Oh, dude, it's all good. I mean, I probably misunderstood a couple people today because I'm pretty frustrated. Vandolph says, sometimes Josh got to pop out and show these nerds. A little bit. Overbound says, did you watch Rob's The Boys 5-hour comic breakdown? I'm in the middle of it right now. No, I did not. Sounds awesome, though. I bet it's pretty good. Captain Zgt says, can we shift into getting hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine? Love you, Josh. I understand. Nerd Vengeance for life. Unity. Yeah, so originally today, appreciate the question, man. Originally today, I wanted to talk about San Diego Comic-Con and Marvel. And I wanted to have a big stream where we sort of speculated and broke down everything that might be happening and being announced at San Diego Comic-Con. What are different scoopers, leakers, people talking about? And I still want to do that. We're not going to do it today. Maybe we'll do it on the back half of Monday. So maybe Monday, first half of the stream, breaking down House of the Dragon episode 2. Can't fucking wait. 71 minutes of peak. So we'll do that Monday morning. And then maybe we'll shift into breaking down San Diego Comic-Con. I do want to get back into just being excited and nerding out about stuff. So absolutely, we will attempt to do that. Again, I almost didn't stream today. I was like, dude, after everything that just happened yesterday, the discourse is going to be so stupid, I'd rather just not. You know, bow out of it. Other people can take advantage of it, do the streams and the videos. You know, people can get mad and everything. It's fine. I just didn't want to engage with it. So this is my meeting you guys halfway because I don't feel comfortable just canceling the stream. Especially for a lot of you guys that like actually show up, understand the community, understand what I'm trying to do. So we're almost done with today's stream. You don't want the grift money. It's not that I don't want money. It's that I personally don't want to engage in those conversations. Right? I can't do that. But if you'd like to drop the money anyway, that'd be cool. I'm just not going to like engage in it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I would just prefer to add value in a different way. And my perspective on today was like, I don't really gotta. You know what I mean? Like, I could just kind of sit back. There's going to be plenty of people farming this for, I don't know, the next week or something like that. So, yeah, my thought process was like, you know, I'll try to keep it chill. I'll try to, like, say my piece on it. We'll keep it to an hour and a half, and then we'll get out of there. That's it. let's see here. Bob Iger def extended KK's contract. You think so? Is that real news out there? I mean, that would be the cherry on top. Never lose your nerd says, sad we can't just watch things and have fun anymore. I think we can. I just think we have to get away from Star Wars a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what it is. It's like, no, I think we can. I think we just got to get away from Star Wars a little bit. Which, you know, we'll try. We'll try. Big Stevie W says, I'm assuming there's a Diamond stream tonight. Since I turned 50 yesterday, maybe I'll come by for a Diamond stream. What's up, Nerd Avengers? Hey, it's good to see you, Stevie. 50 years old, man. You ain't no spring chicken. Yeah, so tonight on for the Diamond Lounge stream, yeah, we're gonna have some drinks. We're gonna have some smokes. I'm gonna puff on a cigar, and I'm gonna spill my goddamn guts to you. I'm gonna talk about everything that I am holding back from saying right now. I will say at 7:30, and that's just mostly because that's just gonna be the community, people I know, people I trust. I don't want to necessarily broadcast a lot of the stuff that it's on my mind right now, but I'll talk about it with the homies. So that's what we'll do tonight. Tim the Angel with a 10 spot says, Disney is behind the times in their attitude. They're playing by 2014 rules in 2024. The rest of the culture has moved on. Shane Gillis hosted SNL, for example. Yeah, no, I agree with you. But that's another point that, like, I was trying to sort of make earlier, is that I think, like, some of the strategy and some of the, like, literally some of the strategy from Lucasfilm and from some left-leaning people is like, let's just act like culture isn't moving on, and let's just be really fucking annoying about all of these things that used to matter more to the culture. I think the right engages with that a little bit too, for sure, but especially surrounding Accolade. Like, dude, I saw that Daphne Keene is literally replying like, woke light or woke-a-light unite. And like, what the fuck? Like, what? Okay. So it's now a club for y'all? Like, this, and again, like, I don't blame young people for feeling or thinking or doing whatever, right? But there has to be an adult in the room. Like, there needs to be somebody in the room that's like, this is fucking out of control. Like, I say this all the time, right? But, like, you bought the Star Wars for $4 billion. Okay? Imagine paying $4 billion for something and then saying, yeah, but I want to make it in a way and talk about it in a way where, let's say 40% of the people that had made it into the thing that was so valuable that we paid $4 billion. What if we made it in a way that made those people feel frustrated, not want to watch it, and not participate? Like, is that, I mean, come on, man. Like, take politics out of it. That's just super bad business. And I truly think that people, maybe like Daphne Keene, maybe Amanda, maybe Leslie, maybe Kathy herself, for some reason, they can't see that that is stupid. You might think it's morally incorrect, to which I would say, like, go do whatever you want. Avant-garde it up. Like, it's, you should be able to express yourself. You can have whatever thoughts you want. But if it's business, if it's a publicly traded company worth billions of dollars with shareholders and stakeholders, and it's like employing people, man. Like, if Lucasfilm has to fire people in the next couple of years, will Amandla understand that she's partially responsible? Like, it just feels so silly. And again, it just doesn't feel like there's an adult in the room. That's ultimately what's so frustrating to me, is it doesn't feel like there's an adult in the room. Seconds from Disaster says, F, the Acolyte. Homelander is one sadistic motherfucker. The way he smiled in satisfaction while covered in blood and guts. Goddamn, I love it. Yeah, there's been a lot of interesting discussion online about Homelander and Anthony Starr as maybe being the best cast villain in the history of comic book stuff. And people are like, whoa, you know, you got your Heath Ledgers. I even think Vincent D'Onofrio is incredible. You know who's really underrated would be, I think David Tennant, the guy that played the Purple Man. Incredible portrayal of a villain. But either way, no matter how you have your list, you've got to have Anthony Starr in your top 5. Like, what an incredible performance, and crazy that he's able to embody this character so well. It's crazy, dude. Very, very cool. Good stuff. Rossi says with a 10 spot, my man, I know I love Star Wars. That's my shit out of any IP. Acolyte is so bad. I've never been so zen in my life with Star Wars. Don't let Star Wars fan base drag you down. I know it's hard. I'm one of them. Yeah. Look, I think this is still probably the best option. The best option is like, yeah, look, a lot of you guys, like, you're like interested in what my thoughts are on these things. Okay. So like, I'm trying to do the best I can of like giving y'all that without going too far and without like allowing my personal frustration to overtake the stream and become the thing, and then just like sort of sit in that toxicity. You know, I think I've been as clear as I can be about why I think it's goddamn ridiculous. And I've tried to sort of draw the nuance of why my opinion is different from some others. And that's the best I can do. Alex says, miss y'all. Been a while, man. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing all right. Andre says, hey, lovely people. Just want to say Josh said he done with Star Wars, so he will make a new slot in the day to watch anime. Take my money. Heal the den of anime. I mean, I've certainly thought about it. I think that's also why I'm kind of interested in doing a video essay channel, because there's like a lot of cool stuff I want to talk about when it comes to fiction. But as long as they're covering the news, it seems like the news is going to become culture war stuff. Like, it just kind of seems that's inevitable. So it's it's got me kind of wanting to just engage in content in a different way. You know what I mean? Let's see here. The Blob greater than the Blade. Oh, hell yeah. I agree with that. MK Matt says with the $10, appreciate you, brother, says a huge problem with Star Wars is that it needs one creator's vision the fans trust. Fans will always be divided if you don't have one creator with the necessary ethos. Might limit the amount of content, but necessary. Yeah, I mean, I think that's certainly a part of it. Somebody with one direct vision. You know, I think that Kevin Feige was that. I think he got away from that a little bit, which is part of why Phase 4 and 5 fell apart. You know, there's some debate about that. There could be other things going on, but I strongly feel like that's the way that it is. You look at a lot of great successful franchises, it does appear that vision is really important. And I think, you know, if you look at something like the One Piece live action show, you do have Oda, you know, coming over there, overseeing and being the person that kind of keeps everything on rails. And I love that idea. I love the idea of creative vision guiding it. I really don't know if anything could fix Star Wars like totally and completely, but I think that maybe the best that Star Wars can do is just have a shift and do things a little bit differently than the Acolyte did. I strongly feel like this is the worst that Lucasfilm has conducted themselves ever, and I think it's doing some serious damage. But at the same time, it's kind of weird because this damage could also allow the comparison. It could allow people to say, oh, well, now look at it. It's way different than what it was when the Acolyte was coming out. And that could actually serve Lucasfilm well if it really differentiated itself and people responded to that. So far, I haven't seen a lot of people kind of making the point of like, hey, man, maybe I didn't love Ahsoka, but wow, was it a better time than whatever the fuck this is, you know? Which sucks, because I wish that point was being brought up more. Because you might not have loved Ahsoka going out on the wing of the ship, but Rosario Dawson didn't make a horribly cringe rap video the next day calling you a bigot. You know what I mean? So I think perspective is important. And it would be nice if we maybe gave a little bit more credit to the team that's not burning this motherfucker down. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Okay, anyway. Aaliyah says, to access the stream this evening. Oh, no, you just hit me up on the Discord or hit somebody else up. We'll get you in there. John says, 80% of the U.S. has Prime and Max had 4 price increases. That's a good point, brother. I think that's certainly a part of the tale. I think that's certainly a part of it. Caffeinated Comic Fan, welcome back, man. Appreciate you. Zach says, I honestly think Max has priced people out because Hot D is such a good show. Money is tight, but take some of mine. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Thank you for the support, seriously. And I think you're probably right. I feel like that is a part of it, 100%. Crimson Knight, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers. Perez says, just save your energy for tonight, my brother. I know, I'm trying. I tried. Big Stevie W says, it's my monthly check-in. Even though I'm still jealous as hell of your beard, I hope you and the family are doing great and everyone's healthy. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, we're doing good over here. These Lucas babies are tough. And Elisa is definitely dealing with a lot of morning sickness and fatigue. Because baby number 2 is on the way. So yeah, we're doing good, man. We're doing good. It's just, you know, we're dealing with that kind of stuff. So it's just another adventure. Jay Morris says, hell yeah, it's going to be my first Diamond Lounge tonight. Can't wait. Love you, Papa Josh. Well, you know, tonight, I'll just tell you, it's going to be really fun. And, you know, bring a good drink and also be ready to pour a little drink out for Star Wars. May it rest in peace. Jonathan says, what did you like and not like about episode 4 of The Boys? I'll do this real quick. Homelander stuff, I like. Huey stuff, A-Train stuff, I like. Whatever the hell's going on with Butcher, I like. Everything with Frenchie, stupid. Everything with Starlight, stupid. What they're trying to do with Firecracker, stupid. There you go. Justin Hale says, have you watched Dark Matter on Apple? So good. No, I have not, but I've heard a lot of people say it's good. Teen Hoof, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. You are a Nerd Venger now. Ryan Carter, welcome back to the Nerd Vengers, baby. Appreciate the support. John Johnson says, love y'all. Kendrick Pop-Out show 2 nights ago was fire. I mean, can you imagine being Drake? I bet the only person that's happy about Amanda's song is Drake. Because he's like, thank God. At least she's taking a little bit of the heat off of me. Because that motherfucker's not having a good time, bro. Like, can you imagine, like, the internet is cheering as a dude does 6 encores of the song that calls you a pedo? I mean, damn. Damn. He should go do a blues album. Drake should do a blues album. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of fun. Are you excited for episode 2 of Hot D? Yeah. Unity. Hey, Michael, appreciate the 10. And yeah, man, I'm super excited. 71 minutes. I think Aegon's going to go nuts. I think Aegon might even get fucked up a little bit. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm excited, dude. It's going to be cool. The Exodus says with a 5 spot, it's like 10% of the world spreads division. 5% of the world is Roddy Piper and They Live, and the other 85% just won't put his goddamn sunglasses on. I don't quite understand the reference, but I'm going to trust you and say yes. Aaliyah says, it's unfortunate that they feel that without hate watching, the chance of reaching Nielsen original or overall decreases. That's what Lucasfilm is doing. I suppose so. And the irony of that, right, is like all these people think that all the people that are like farming the negativity, they think that's such a fucked up process. And they're like, I can't believe it. Why wouldn't you just stop if you didn't like it? They're farming all this negativity. And now Lucasfilm is literally farming negativity. It's wild. Matt Campbell, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, baby. I appreciate it. Zalad says, what do you think about Filoni signing it all off? You know, I'm not sure. You know, I've thought about it. Part of me is like super disappointed, right? Because I'm like, God damn it, Dave. The other part of me is like, well, we don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. This show was greenlit before he was involved. It also kind of feels like they're trying to damage control with Hayden and Rosario. So I wonder, right? Like, I wonder. Dave is a company guy. And I don't think Dave's going to come outright and say some of the things that are on his mind. But I know for sure Dave's not super pumped about a lot of this stuff, and I've heard some stories about him being pretty frustrated. But, you know, it's hard to say. I can't really say one way or the other. I like Dave, and I like Dave, you know, what he's been able to do. And I think his content is my personal favorite out of all the Lucasfilm stuff. But goddamn, if Star Wars doesn't need a lot of help, they might need a total overhaul or just go away. I think Star Wars should just go away for like a decade. You know, and I know that seems crazy, and like Lucasfilm's like, what the fuck, bro? We spent $4 billion on it. And I'd be like, yeah, well, you should have spent $4 billion and then made it the most divisive. Anyway, maybe Star Wars should just take a long break. You know, that's my answer. Coop the comedian, thanks for the 5 gifted, brother. That's some serious moolah. Appreciate you. Delta Dan, thanks for gifting a membership. Andreas, thanks for gifting a membership. Water Cobra Gaming, interesting name, says, do you think it's possible that Disney could sell Star Wars in 10 to 20 years if it continues to perform this poorly? Yeah, I mean, you would they would be divesting it. But sure. Yeah, I think it's possible. Rossi says with a $20 holla, holy shit. Very generous, bro. Says, wanted to explain why I'm more zen with Star Wars. After episode 3, it was like when you care or someone you care about dies. At some point, you just have to move on from your grief. I'll always have the OT and PT. Star Wars isn't worth me getting angry about anymore. That's a very mature and very wise take. I will say in this moment that I agree with you and that I'm also going to follow through on that. And then the next time something happens, I'll complain. And I'll probably complain about Acolyte next week. So, does that make me a hypocrite? Maybe. Donnie says, how do I get into the Diamond Lounge stream? You got to hit somebody up on the Discord, brother. They'll get you in there. On Darrell, welcome to the Nerd Vengers, baby. Player 2 says, it's like Bill Burr dad movie when they sold The Biz. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about there. I like Bill Burr, though. Randon Luma says, step 1, make Star Wars terrible. Step 2, reboot. I mean, hey, still not a great plan, but I mean, maybe. Maybe that's what they're doing. Warrior Monk says, David Icke territory in the lounge. Wish I could be there. Oh, it's going to get wild. I'm going to tell you, and dead ass, I'm going to tell you with a straight face, why all of this is actually the lizard people trying to get us to complain about this as they feed off of the negative energy that it's creating and siphon off the power from our beings. 7:30. I'll see you there. Trace, Space Trek Serial TM says, Acolyte Episode 4 is the first Star Wars movie / show that I didn't watch to the day it came out. And man, do I feel relaxed. Not my monkeys, not my circus. I like that. That's cool. Anthony says, if Star Wars is the only IP that doesn't listen to fans, always felt like Feige and Gunn will do research. Yeah, I brought this up before, and it's like not only do they do research, but think about this. Ask yourselves, when has anybody, maybe aside from like She-Hulk and Tatiana Maslany and maybe a little bit of the Marvels thing, when has it ever, like, have you ever heard anybody at Marvel come out and say anything about how, well, this is a male-dominated fan space, so it's really hard for women? Have you ever heard them say anything that you would consider to be antagonistic towards the fans? I can't think of anything. I mean, Brie Larson, sure. But that's separately. Like, she was doing that. She did that on her own. And it's not like Marvel came out and said, like, she right. She right. You know what I mean? She-Hulk, maybe a little bit. I'm trying to think of a specific... I mean, I think She-Hulk was coded as that. I think She-Hulk was very similar to Acolyte in the sense that it's a show that stirs the pot and then gets mad at fans for being mad. But I can't actually remember, like, Jessica Gao or Tatiana Maslany. I can't actually remember any of them coming out to say anything like that. I definitely don't remember Tatiana Maslany doing a cringy-ass rap video. Read up on the She-Hulk writers. No. Fuck you, Jaybird Dynasty. I'm not going to read up on shit. I'm telling you, I don't recall that ever being a thing. If it happened, it missed me. It definitely didn't make the impact of what's happening right now. Do the writers... I mean, look at the show, bro. I don't have to, like, research. I can just look at the show and understand what was going on with Jessica Gao and that whole mentality and that whole situation. What I'm talking about is the PR. Like, I don't think I've ever had this experience that I'm having with Lucasfilm with Marvel Studios. That's my point. What's this guy's name? Jaybird Dynasty? Jaybird Dynasty? Bro, how much of a dumbass are you, really? Like, just tell me, man. Are you trolling? Or are you just a dumbass? JB says, I'm so tired of Disney products. I don't even watch the hate videos now. Let it rot on the vine. I play video games. Yeah, video games are tight. Video games are cool, man. Like, woo-saw. Woo-saw. It's Jessica? Oh, shit, I knew it. I knew this guy was Jessica. N64 Rescue, which, by the way, you know why Jessica never got on the call with me? Because Jessica's a 45-year-old man who made a new account. That's this dumbass. N64 Rescue says, when is the last time you felt a Star Wars project was both entertaining and well executed? A lot of Ahsoka felt that way. The ending's pretty sloppy, but a lot of Ahsoka felt that way. Matt Spiro says, can we pour one out for Benny tonight? Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Doubting Paper says, you think Nerd Theory will ever come back? I don't know. I mean, never say never. But I mean, Star Wars? Do I want to be on a Star Wars show right now? No, I do not. Ravenlore, welcome back. William says, I know you're boycotting Warhammer, but have you seen this new Space Marine 2 gameplay footage? It looks incredible. The boycott's over. William, the boycott is over, baby. They fixed the rules. Woo! Hell yeah. Eric Meyer says, oh, and yeah, dude, Space Marine 2 looks awesome. I'm very excited for it. We'll play it on stream. We'll stream it up. Eric Meyer says, going to the Stanley Cup final game tonight, so I won't be able to catch the diamond, but I'll watch on the replay. Also, Acolyte is atrocious. Yes. Yes. Tim O'Brien gifted a membership. Thank you. Okay, guys. John Johnson said, short stream, much love. I know, right? I know. Boycott lifted, unity, nerve vengeance for life. Much love. Appreciate you, brother. I know, but we are going to end it now. Almost to 2 hours. Am I okay? I don't know, guys. Should we go to the polls on that? Am I okay? Am I okay? Let's go to the fucking polls. Let's go to the fucking polls. Anyway. Eric Myers, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, baby. So generous. Yeah, he got me good. Oh, well, sorry. Now I feel bad. You see what you did? Now I feel bad about it. Is Josh okay? What do you guys think? Am I okay? Bro, I wasn't okay with Rise of Skywalker. I wasn't okay with Book of Boba Fett. I wasn't okay with Kenobi. I damn sure wasn't okay with Andor. I wasn't okay when they dropped Mando Season 3. I wasn't okay. So I've been not okay. Yeah. You seem pretty normal, actually. Oh, okay, cool. That's good. Just remember X-Men 97. That's true. That's true. Josh loved The Rise of Skywalker, Kenobi, Book of Boba Fett, Andor, Mando Season 3, Skeleton Crew. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Waiting for the day on the Orville when society is run on likes and dislikes. It's going to happen for sure. Oh, I feel like we're fairly close. What's up, Twitch? I'm looking over at Twitch chat. How you guys doing, man? Appreciate the Twitch viewers, too. All right, guys. I'm here for like 5 more minutes. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? Any other last-minute questions? And can we please not make them about Star Wars and shit? Josh, do you think Sage is trying to take down Vought from the inside? You know, it's really hard to say what her motivations are, right? I don't know. I guess so. I think she's got something planned. Spaceballs 2? Yeah, that's kind of interesting, huh? Spaceballs 2? That'll be fun to see how they do that. I wonder if they'll make fun of the current Star Wars at all. Caleb says, had to change my PP, super old, and just noticed. Well, I didn't even know you could change your PP, but good for you. Can we talk about the controversy? No. Chase Floyd, thanks for gifting a membership, baby. Any word on Spider-Man 4? Aren't they filming late this year? That is the summary of all the rumors that we currently have. Nothing new. No new updates. I think they are going to try to film by the end of this year. And I think it's a super big deal for Marvel. I predict Spider-Man will be a part of the San Diego Comic-Con announcements this year. That's what I think. But we'll see. Chris says, everyone needs to take a blinker break and pull their thread. Jesus Christ. Did you like episode 1 of Hot D? I loved it. I thought it was great. Oh, I got a membership equal new PP. Oh, okay. Cool, man. Discord join link invalid for me. Can somebody else help? Yeah. Somebody will help you out. You should make a prediction video on what to expect from SDCC. Yeah, we're going to do that. I was going to do that as today's stream, actually. I might do it as a video over the weekend, or I might just wait and we'll do it on Monday. I'm not sure. UFC. Oh, it's in Saudi Arabia? Starts early AF? Like what time? Like in the afternoon? That would be kind of fun. I actually like watching them in the afternoon. So that'd be kind of lit. That'd be kind of lit. Will the Ray movie stand a chance? Bro, did you guys see that thing where apparently Charmin Obed-Chinoy had like a meeting with George Lucas? I don't know, bro. I feel like Kathy, by greenlighting the Rey movie, and especially even the way that she did, she is guaranteeing years of similar discourse to what we're experiencing right now for the movie. So I think it's really stupid. And I think if people like truly like, is nobody just gonna say that to her and them? Like, can Bob Iger just get in there in like a closed room and literally just say, "So, are you guys having a good time right now? Are you enjoying the discourse out there? 14%. I mean, you got a lot of people motivated, Kathy. It's very impressive stuff. So, are we really gonna do years of this?" Like, what is happening? It feels like they're trying to break the simulation or something. I don't get it. And then there's always that part of me that's like, oh, but what if it's amazing? You know, like, I guess it could technically be amazing. It's still a bad idea. Like, it's still a stupid idea. Holy shit. All right, everybody. Well, hey, look, we almost made it to 2 hours. You know, short little stream today. And I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. Thanks for hearing me out. Hope I wasn't too rude to anybody in chat. Tried not to lose my temper. Rossi says, forgot about the Ray movie. F this Zen shit. Oh, geez. Here we go. Okay, everybody. Much love. Appreciate you guys. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Please, God, I don't want to talk about Star Wars no more. Is everybody? Yes. 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 Did everybody? Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I still think I'm like 50-50 on if I should have just canceled the stream. I got like really frustrated in the first like 5-10 minutes. Like, bro, I don't need that cortisol, man. Like, I could have just been like working on little fun videos, you know, talking about like the freaking this, that, second, and third. I'm fucking. I want to talk about the variants in Deadpool. You know, I want to talk about Secret Wars. And God damn it. Okay. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Much love. Remember, open up your third eye and wash out your stinky butt. Oh!